Here we are again to speak about grammar. So today I had that idea to show you another way of revising tenses, and I want to stress that this video mainly refers to advanced learners who have already been taught uh, all tenses. So very often, especially before a test, an official exam, or something like that, we need to revise everything, or we feel that need. So I decided to prepare a PowerPoint presentation which presents tenses, revises tenses, I think from another point of view. So let me go ahead with this video, with this, PowerPoint. And here you can see myself. Hello, everybody. So here I am. Hello, everybody. Mr. J is here again for grammar revision. And it's time to revise tenses, but in a different way. So I missed, sorry about that. And what's that different way? It's time to speak about aspects or the families of tenses. Well, I like speaking about aspects because I feel that this is a way to group tenses instead of studying them one by one separately, because in fact tenses belong to families and they share common features. So to start with, we must never forget that, as shown here in the presentation, each tense, the name of each tense, provides me with two very important pieces of information. The first piece of information I get is the time. Remember, past simple or present simple. So the first part is usually shows the time, if it's the past, the present, or the future. And the second name states the aspect or the family of the tense. But what is that? Here we are. There are three aspects in English: the simple aspect, the continuous aspect, and the perfect aspect. Remember, past, perfect, for example, present, perfect, future, perfect, time, aspect, right? So the three parts of time, past, present, future, together with the three aspects, simple, continuous, and perfect, form tenses in the following way. So we have past, present, future, simple, continuous, perfect. You can't see perfect because of the tab there anyway. So if I combine simple to past, I have past simple. If I combine, for example, continuous to present, I have present continuous. It's the time and the aspect. So tenses, and here starts everything. Tenses that belong to the same aspect have very similar features in a dual way. What way? First, they are built in the same way. For example, we may need the same helping verb, like the verb to be, especially when it comes to continuous tenses, or the verb have, perfect tenses, or will, future tenses, and a gerund that follows, or a past participle, or a bare infinitive. Also, they have the same qualities, but what is different, as we said, is the time. Okay? So, let's speak about aspects, shall we? Are you ready? Sounds intimidating. Anyway, boing, boing, bye-bye. So, the simple aspect. About the form. Now, even though it is called the simple, I think that, especially as far as the form is concerned, is the most complex aspect. First thing, as far as the form is concerned, I need a form of the verb do to form the interrogative and the negative, do and does, for the present and did in the past. And then what follows is a bare infinitive. For example, he doesn't sleep late, present simple. This shows a present habit. And he didn't sleep late. Didn't, so past simple, and this is probably a past habit. Nothing is stated in this presentation about future simple. And this happens because in reality, will is a model, and we have to take it, from another point. Now, use. Past simple and present simple have lots of similar qualities, and they are very alike. For example, they both show habits. He always eats breakfast. That's a habit that this person has. Every morning he eats breakfast. Or in the past, he ate breakfast every morning. This is equal to used to, so I could rephrase that like he used to eat breakfast, right? Or with would, anyway, he would eat breakfast, and so on. So I see here two examples which involve two verbs in simple tenses, present simple and past simple, and both of them show habits. Narration. I use tenses to narrate. I use simple tenses like present simple, and we say that we usually use present simple for a dramatic narration, which means a more descriptive and vivid narration, right? Or past simple, that is the tense that in a way is specialized in narrating, right? The difference between these two is only the tension that is created when I use present simple, because as I said, it is more descriptive. So I have here two examples, like the player throws the ball and he scores, or the player threw the ball and he scored. But we can make it even clearer if you think of a film that you saw lately, like a horror film, and you want to say to your friend what happened to that film. You have two options, either to use present simple or past simple. For example, and the killer opens the door, takes out the knife, and stabs everything. Okay, that's horrific. Sorry about that. Or the killer opened the door, took out his knife, and blah, blah, blah. I repeat that the difference between these two phrases focuses only on the style. In both cases, it's narration. The continuous aspect. To form it, I need a form of the verb to be according to time, and a gerund, ing verb, right? For example, he was eating. He was is the verb to be. So because the verb to be is in the past form, this is past continuous. I can see the gerund that follows. He is eating. He is the verb to be in the present form, so this is present continuous. Again, the gerund follows. He will be eating, and it's the same logic. I see that the gerund, of course, never changes. There are no suffixes or nothing. So in reality, it's a verb to be that regulates everything in present continuous. About the use, all continuous tenses are, for once more, very similar because all of them show progress. Well, if you ask me to find a word that depicts the qualities of present continuous, that would be progress. You may hear lots of different words or attempts to describe what progress is, like a long action, an action that is happening, and all that stuff. So, of course, since we were very young, I remember myself also being taught that I use present continuous to speak about something that's happening now. Okay, this is an oversimplified version of what we mean by saying an action in progress, because if I'm doing something now, this something is in progress, right? So if I'm speaking to you now, that my action of speaking to you is in progress. So I'm speaking to you now, right? The same goes with past continuous. If I say that, I don't know, my mom was cleaning their house for some time, the action of cleaning in the past was in progress because it took mom some time to finish with what she had to do. Arrangements, of course, future arrangements, and I can express the same meaning when using present continuous, like I'm meeting Tom tomorrow, which means that this is arranged. I'm sure it's not a plan, it's an arrangement. And I was meeting Tom when I saw her. It means that was the arrangement I had, and something else happened, and it interrupted the meeting or something like that. Annoying habits, of course, with the words always, constantly, forever. Present continuous tenses do that, and here we have that paradox that words that seem to refer to a habit are used with a continuous aspect that doesn't show a habit; it shows progress. But okay, this is how what happens, and if I combine the continuous aspect with these words, I have that effect of referring to something annoying, like he is always calling me silly, like, and I don't like that. Or when I was in college, I don't know, and a guy there was the bully of the college, and he was constantly calling me silly back then, and it really that fact really annoyed me. Um, so continuous tenses also show annoying habits, and last but not least, they show temporary actions. We can say up to a point that this function of present continuous is the opposite of the habits that are shown by present simple. So if I said I'm living with my aunt this year, this means that this is not something permanent. It is temporary, so it's going to change, right? Or he was living with his aunt back then, right? This means that probably later the situation changed. Hold on, you can make it. I know it's difficult. Too much information. Okay. And last but not least, the perfect aspect. Okay, again, here I need a form of the verb have, again according to the time. And this time it's not the gerund like the continuous aspect, but the past participle, which again never changes. So if I say she had eaten, she had, the verb have is in the past form, and the past participle follows. This is past perfect. She has eaten. She has is in the present form, and the past participle follows. So this is present perfect. And the same goes with she will have. It's future perfect. Now, if you know one perfect tense, you know all of them, because the main feature of perfect tenses is that they touch 2 points on the line of time. There is always a connection between, if we start from past perfect, 2 actions in the past. This is what past perfect does. One action, what it shows is that one action happened before another. So I had already eaten, this is the first action in the past. When she came, so I had finished eating, when second action happening afterwards, she came. Okay, so in this case, I have 2 actions that both of them touch the past. They also touch the past and the present, and this happens when it comes to present perfect. So when I say that I've driven a car lots of times, this means that I started driving it somewhere in the past. I don't exactly know when, but and up to now that I'm talking to you, I have done it lots of times, so I probably have a great experience, right? So remember also, we talked about finished action. I had already eaten, that was finished. And now we're talking about experience, right? And it also touches, perfect tenses, touch the present and the future when it comes to future perfect. So by tomorrow, I will have finished. I'm speaking now, and I'm saying what I will have done tomorrow. So starting from the present, I finally touch the future. And here we are. Don't forget that perfect tenses show experience. Remember, I have driven a car lots of times, so I know how to do it. Or the result, like my room is freshly painted. I have just painted it, right? So I have painted it. You can see the result. The room is freshly painted. Or finished actions. Okay, I have just finished, or they had already finished the lunch. Finished actions. Got you now, aspect of tenses. Boom, boom. Okay. So, I hope you enjoyed it and you're not suffering from a headache now. So, see you. Let me show you my face. Right, here we are. So, as I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. See you later, alligators. Bye bye.